Hello, students, parents, and guardians. My name is Matthew Lavity, or Mr. Lavity. This is my second year teaching at FDR. Before becoming a teacher here, I was a student, actually. I graduated in 2013. After completing my bachelor's and master's, I was a teaching assistant here for a couple months before eventually going to the Kingston Children's Home, and then Abilities First, and then eventually I ended up in Pleasantville for about 2.5 years, and I've been working here for the last 2 years now. So I've been around the block, and I've been a High Park native for my whole life, and it's a pleasure to be working here and working with all of you and a lot of great teachers, and I'm just incredibly grateful to be here and to be a part of the team and this wonderful community that we have together. um, with all that being said, I'm going to just briefly go over my schedule and how to contact me before getting into anything else. So my schedule is as follows. I'm co-teaching with Miss Sprague and Miss Walsh, periods 1, 6, 7, and 8. I have my own class where I'm flying solo, second period, with my 15-1 group. And then I am in the library periods 3 and 5, and I have a study hall um, uh, for fourth period in 620. Periods 3, 4, and 5, I am available for any kind of work. Doesn't necessarily need to be English related. It could be math, history, whatever your child needs. I'm more than willing to support them. Um, so, and I know what you're thinking. I don't take a lunch. I don't like lunch. So I literally work every period, and if I'm not working with any student specifically, I'm making phone calls and working on my caseload. So there's that. My email. It's my name, Matthew Lavity, at hpcsd.org. Easy enough to remember. Let's get into my class. So the way that it's going to work is Sprague and Walsh run things a little bit differently. If you want to know more about them, you can see their videos. But for me, I'm only going to be talking about my 15-1 here. So as far as my 15-1 goes, the students will be graded in 5 parts. Participation, which will be 10%. Do nows, which are basically the student enters the classroom. They're given a quick assignment that takes between 5 and 10 minutes. They get one every day. That is 20% of their overall grades. So basically just coming in, sitting down, and doing a little bit of work will get them 20%. Vocabulary quizzes, 20%. We do a vocabulary quiz every 2 weeks. Unit assessments. So at the end of each month, there will be a unit assessment, and they will be evaluated off of that with a larger project. And then finally, the biggest portion of their grades will consist of in-class reading. This will involve me reading a text to them or having them read a paragraph or two here and there. And then at the end of it, we will be answering questions. And that's really the majority of our assignments. Let's get to my curriculum. All right, so this is how it's going to be outlined for this school year. So this is for ninth grade 15-1, remember. If you're a Sprague or Walsh student, this does not affect you. So for the month of September, we're doing dystopian literature. We are going to be looking at what makes something utopian or dystopian, and can those words mean different things for different people depending on what kind of society you are growing up in. From your values, your moral standpoints, whether you're in control of the society, whether you're on the outskirts of it, what makes something utopian or dystopian? The texts we're going to be looking at are The Choice by W. Hilton Young, The Fun They Had by Isaac Asimov, and so on. Harrison Bergeron, Marionettes Incorporated, all good stuff. The end of the year assessment for this one will be Thomas More's Classroom Utopia assignment. This will bring us into October, where we are doing horror literature. Specifically, we are going to be doing The Landlady, The Open Window, The Man in the Black Suit by Stephen King, The Outsider by H.P. Lovecraft, and maybe Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been? We might not have time for it, but I would like to get to that one. We're going to end that month with the major assignment being a contemporary monster research assignment, where students are going to be given monsters or, kind of haunted-ish places, and they're going to have to form an argumentative presentation whether they believe that these mysterious creatures or figures or locations are really haunted or, in some cases even exist in general. And they're going to have to make an argument for it, and their fellow students are going to vote whether the argument is sound or not. Month 3, November, we're looking at Hemingway's Unlikely Heroes. So for the whole month of November, rather than doing a Hemingway novel, we're just going to be doing Hemingway short stories. I thought that would be better. So we're going to be looking at Cat in the Rain, A Clean, Well-Lit Place, Indian Camp, and Hills Like White Elephants. So 4 short stories. We're going to be looking at person versus person conflict. And we're going to be asking ourselves, what makes a hero, and can anyone become a hero? Does a situation maybe put you in a position where you have to be heroic or, do something that is extraordinary? And if you don't or you fail, then what happens? So we're going to be looking at that. The end of the year essay is going to be a everyday hero essay, where students will take someone that they know or someone from their community or someone who's, not necessarily like a celebrity or something, but someone who they really admire, and they're going to write a essay explaining why that person is heroic in their eyes. December, we're doing a winter Christmas-themed literature, but also survival literature too. So for the month of December, we're doing Gift of the Magi, but then we're also doing survival literature too. We're doing To Build a Fire, and we're doing The Most Dangerous Game. And for the month of November, the major assignment is going to be, out of the books and stories we've read so far, we're going to make covers for the various stories we've read. January, we're doing cultural studies. Specifically, we are going to be reading St. Lucy's House for Girls Raised by Wolves. And we might do A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings, or This Is What It Means to Say Phoenix, Arizona. Definitely we're getting to St. Lucy's. I can't guarantee we're getting to those other 2 texts, but we will see. And this is going to be our alternative ending assignment. February, we have, it's going to be childhood symbolism and the Enlightenment. And we're looking at 2 stories, The Last Cover and The Scarlet Ibis. And we're basically looking at a bunch of literary devices here. And we're going to, get into how, what makes us relate to a character. And we're going to begin a pen pal assignment relating to that as our end of the month assignment. 7, March, coming of age stories. Rather than doing The Odyssey, I've opted for On the Bridge by Todd Straussner and The Scholarship Jacket. In this activity, they're going to have to kind of decide what makes them who they are. How do we know who we are? Is who we are the clothes we wear or the things we eat, or is it our actions, the things we do, the company we keep, our friends? What makes us who we are? April, wartime stories. We're going to be doing On the Rainy River by Tim O'Brien. That's just the first chapter of The Things They Carry. The Sniper by Liam O'Flannery, Beware of the Dog, The Occurrence on Owl Creek Bridge, and The Red Convertible, which are all stories that are either Civil War, World War II, Vietnam War, etc. And the end of the year assignment, or the end of the month assignment for that, will be the Vietnam draft card essay. If you are a individual who received a draft card, during the Vietnam War, would you have, joined the army, or would you may you have, defected to either Canada or Mexico? And what would have been the pros and cons of both things? Your moral stance, your political stance, um, your your loyalty to your country. All those things will kind of have a role here, and the idea is to see kind of what students pick and how they argue for what they argue. I'm sure that you're noticing a theme here. A lot of stuff is going to go back to argumentative kind of writing, which is meant to prepare them for the regions in 11th grade, because these are all regions-bound students. May, we're doing Shakespeare. We're doing Romeo and Juliet, pretty standard. And then finally, we are doing poetry for the month of June to close things up. And that's it. So really what we're working on this year in 9th grade is literary devices and argumentative writing. This year I want to teach students what a paragraph is, how to use a paragraph, and how to be a better writer using their new skills. They need to learn literary device terms, and other than that, that's really it. Their 10th grade year, they'll get more into different forms of writing. But this year, we're just working on literary devices and argumentative writing. That's really it. As well as the stories we are reading in class. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through my email or my school phone number, which is on my teacher page. And other than that, I will be reaching out to many of you by phone throughout the school year, mainly for good things or for updates about upcoming dates. If one of your children is on my caseload. So you'll probably hear from me before I hear from you, but whatever the case, I'm looking forward to this school year. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you through email or phone call, and I hope that you all have a fantastic evening, day, whatever, depending on what time you're listening to this video. Take care. Bye.